Hi everybody, welcome back. This is episode 3 of Q&A. Every week I'm taking your questions. Doing this one a little early this week, not that it matters if you're watching this late, but I'm going to be going out this weekend, so I just want to get this over with early. So, you know what, without further ado, let's just do this. Designation 16, Coke or Pepsi? I like Coke Zero. My fiance really likes it, she got me into it, and I drink it a lot. That's a very interesting question, thanks. Jerry Giger, whatever happened to the skit you talked about first day of E3, where you said you were going to beat women or something? For obvious reasons, probably from what you stated there, it was taken down because of women getting beat. Yeah, I think we pushed the envelope a little too hard there, and someone wasn't happy with it, and you will never, ever see that video for reasons that I can't talk about. Go Maniganiganan, whatever your name is. Do you imagine yourself working somewhere else after Machinima? Honestly, I don't know. I want to ride out Machinima as long as I can. I want this company to do well. I've been here pretty much since the beginning, and I will be there till the end. But after Machinima, I don't know. I mean, really, the only thing I mean, obviously I've thought about this before, but the only thing past this is, like, say, you know, Machinima's hit by a meteor tomorrow and all goes to hell. Probably just start again from the ground up and just try to do the same thing, because I think you guys have become very used to the personalities and style that we've created, and I don't ever want to lose that. So this is the kind of stuff I want to do for the rest of my life. Mighty Gamble, same question. What happened to Soda God, and do you think Duke Nukem is being unjustly crucified, or is the game worth a 3 out of 10? Soda God, for those who don't know, quick recap here. He was a guy who originally started inside Halo, and I just kind of gradually took over for him, but he just kind of fell off the radar. Machinima's based in LA. He lived in New York, and he just kind of stopped returning calls and emails, and I tried working with him on a few projects, but he just wasn't exactly fast enough for the type of the environment we work in, and the speed and the turnaround time. It's really unfortunate, because he has an amazing ability to do great voice acting, and it was really sad to see him go. And he's kind of a young guy. He's about the age of my younger brother, so it was really disappointing to see a guy that talented just kind of disappear. And I checked out his Facebook a while ago. It looks like he just went on like a spirit journey across the desert or something like that. And I'm pretty sure he's just kind of left the whole Machinima thing behind. And, you know, the guy's got a passion for music, and it's really sad. But if that guy were to call me up and just say, hey, I'm in LA, I want a job, I would petition for him to get hired right away, because the fact that people are still talking about him, what is it, like 3 years later, is, you know, very telling of how talented that guy was. Dan Zoletta, what is the first Machinima that you made? Technically, but actual Machinima I didn't really make until around Halo 2, when I was at Machinima, and I made some like how-to tutorial videos just to show people how to make it. Nothing really that great, just how to lower your gun and stuff like that. Crazy Native 15, when can we play Halo Reach together? Also, it's my birthday tomorrow. Can you please mention that for me? Thanks again. Yeah, remind me tomorrow. I like giving birthday shoutouts. That's, you know, for my fans. That's great. Yeah, why not? Halo Reach together? I don't know. I really want to play Halo again, but I feel like the community is just not there. No one's playing the game anymore. It's kind of sad. But yeah, I would like to go, yeah, let's play some Halo Reach sometime. Next up, Six Souls. According to the Missy E, your co-workers are lazy. Do you agree with that sentiment? No, they're just apathetic. Sean Anatter, what does it take to get into the game industry? I want to get into a position like you're in. It's hard to ask this question in a tweet. Oh, I see. I thought you were just writing like a retard. To get in this job, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Never seek this job. This is not a job that you go out and find. This job, it sounds really pretentious, and I'm sorry, but this is kind of a job that finds you. It's a very strange profession. You cannot go to school for this. You can't really plan for it. I did not go around looking for a place that would suit my needs. This place kind of just found me. And if you just study, you work hard in the things that you like. If you like gaming, work hard at that. Know everything about gaming. Play every game. Don't be biased towards any one platform. I know I am sometimes towards the Wii and stuff like that, and I still try to keep an open mind. But you know, if you like videos about video games, then learn how to edit, learn motion graphics, learn stuff that will get you a job in other places that can open doors to other things. That's the best advice I can give you. Francisco the Bot, boxers or briefs? I believe I wear briefs. I think boxers are the loose-fitting ones. too much information. Sorry to bore you with that question. Kaylee Bryant, or Carl Bryant, like Khal Drogo. If you were a game designer or had a job similar to that, what would be your top choices of companies to work at? Any place that kind of allows for creative freedom. So places like Twisted Pixel, Bungie, definitely, though who knows what they're doing with their next stuff. Insomniac Games. You know, it'd actually be kind of crazy to go work for a Japanese developer, just see what it's like. I just realized right now, too, I didn't totally skip Mighty Gamble for that Soda God question. Totally forgot. He asked about Duke Nukem being unjustly crucified. I haven't played it yet, and I really should, so I can have an opinion on the game. But I watched a game trailer's review today. It didn't look good. That just looks sad. I also recall playing the console version of the game at a few events, and remember thinking the controls are so insanely horrible that I knew it was going to be unplayable, and it would be something I'd have to play on a PC. So probably going to wait for the price to come down on Steam or something, and maybe check it out for like 20 or 30 bucks down the line. I can't pay $60 for a game. I know that there's a good chance I'm going to hate it. Okay, Designation 16 again, sorry. What, in your opinion, was the worst game console ever? Also, I love you. Worst game console ever. Probably the Virtual Boy, because it just destroyed your vision. Completely lost wants to know. YouTube makes me embarrassed to be Canadian. Oh, I think he's responding to a video that I favorited earlier where they're splicing in riot police footage in Canada with, like, celebrities talking about Canada's funny. Sorry, I know that's not what's going on in Canada. I just found it hilarious. No offense. Grim Edge. 1. What is your Steam name? Not gonna tell you. 2. Given Machinima's success as an entertainment company, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I hope Machinima's still here in the next 5 years. I really do. I want this place to grow and continue doing what it's doing, and definitely work more on an emphasis of quality over quantity, and try to just make a real clear distinction of what is done in-house and what is made by directors, and just grow that company in its many facets, and, you know, work much more in the game development process, and, you know, I don't know, try to get more like, I kind of want to be that entity who's there in the beginning, middle, and end stages of like game development. Like, you ever watch those special editions of, like, you know, Halo 2 or Halo 3, like the making of behind that? I would love for that to be us, where we are just there from beginning to end, and we're kind of helping game developers along with the development process, and kind of like getting feedback from the community as the game is being made, all the while giving like updates through videos and other kind of things like that. I think that's kind of the future of media and game developers, kind of having this interesting marriage. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Alright, AF Omega. A dead pixel is one of those red pixels on a screen, right? Well, sometimes it's black. Why do you use that as your username / gamer tag / thing? I had an old gamer tag back when Halo, or on the old Xbox when I was playing Halo 2, and it was pretty stupid. It was named after a guy from Lazy Town, if you know what that show is. It was just kind of a joke, and I got a lot of crap for it on the internet. And I've always just liked the name Dead Pixel, or Dead Pixels, and I always thought that was just kind of a cool thing. So when I made my new gamer tag, I tried Dead Pixel. That was taken, so I did The Dead Pixel, and I did that. And then when I was at Machinima and they wanted me to start taking over inside Halo, they said, what name do you want to use? And I'm not going to use Adam Kovic, because it's boring, so I went with The Dead Pixel, and having the on the name was kind of cool, and I've just stuck with it. And a lot of people seem to just, you know, it's resonated, I can't go back. I'm kind of stuck. So there we go. Mick Jabroni. If you had 2 dicks, could you rule the world? Believe you need 3, sir. Okchaman, EB Games Expo in Australia, any developments? I asked. I've got no word back. I don't know if we're going to be able to go to Australia this year. I would love to. From what I understand, we have a big Australian fan base, and I love you guys back. I would love to go to Australia. It looks like a beautiful country. Could go try to find the escapists and wave down Yahtzee, and he'll probably yell at us because we're a bunch of fucking posers. Maxman1300, if you could do anything you wanted except things related to video games, what would you do? Well, before working with video game stuff, I thought I wanted to make movies, and then I realized the filmmaking process is really boring, and I don't like it at all. I just like watching movies. So I would like a job where I could watch movies, and maybe that's it. That's the only really other form of entertainment I like. I don't know, maybe like development. I like coming up with ideas and working on stuff like that. I don't know, man. I'm so invested in video games. That's all I could ever think about, and I'm freaking stoked I have a job where I get to talk about them. Astro Jesus 011, who's got the best name ever. Are you annoyed by Designation 16? He's kind of a troll. He's a funny guy. I'll deal with him. Fan's a fan. I love you all equally. Lactose Free 1. How long can you survive? Nyan Cat. I think I went about 3 minutes before I wanted to blow my brains out. Skylar Wittis, good old friend. Which of your coworkers would you least suspect of being the devil? Conversely, who would you most suspect of being the devil? I guess the devil is always the one you least expect. So, to answer both of those, probably C-Nanners. Detroit T. Adam, what was your first initial reaction when you saw the Halo 4 trailer? I totally expected it. When I saw those first pulsing lights, I was like, oh, that's totally Halo. I'm just a little disappointed that they went with the name Halo 4. You'll see in our Saturday show, I already reiterate this, but you can hear it a little early. I call it desperate on Microsoft's part. Microsoft's part. Because I feel like they saw Halo Reach somewhat as possibly a failure, or it didn't live up to the expectations of the Halo franchise, so they need to get back to the numbering scheme. They probably think that by going back to the Master Chief and by putting a number in there, now all of a sudden they'll win all the Halo fans back, or they'll trump Call of Duty or something like that, and I don't think that's the case. I think they need to go back to what made Halo great in the first place and take chances and try different stuff. You know, focus on story and twists and just kind of... I think Halo Reach was actually a really good step in the right direction, and especially with ODST, they did some really smart things. And Halo 4 to me just has me a little scared because A, CGI trailer, B, the number 4. If they change it to Forerunner, Halo Forerunner, within the next 6 months or something like that, I'll be a bit more excited, but until then, I'm going to remain skeptical, especially since Bungie's not doing it, but I will watch it closely. I know the guys at 343 are going to work their damnest and try to do the best job that they can, and I hope it lives up to the expectations of the Halo crowd, and hopefully that crowd hasn't moved on to other things. Rob's Primetime. Adonkovic, you have $10 million. What do you do? I invest it and live off the interest, so I don't have to work another day in my life, and I can just continue playing video games and talking about them because I enjoy doing that. Laxman225, how did you get your job at Machinima, and what is your dream job? I've already told that story in a previous episode. Try to link out to that or something. But this is my dream job. I have the best job in the world. I will not deny that. I know it sounds cheesy, but I fucking love this place. I couldn't ask for a better place to be right now. McLovin02 wants to know, what PS3 exclusive are you most anticipating? Off the top of my head, it's a really good battle between Uncharted 3 and Twisted Metal. Uncharted 3 just because I know it's going to be awesome, and Twisted Metal because it's kind of a gamble. We haven't seen this game in forever, and David Jaffe's behind it, which has got me excited, but will this franchise hold up for this long? So I'm kind of really excited to play that again. I'm just a huge fan of the Twisted Metal franchise, but Uncharted 3, without a doubt, is going to be... It's got to be some kind of Game of the Year somewhere, because it's going to be just really good. I already know that. 2007, are you excited for Dust 514? I feel it got overlooked at E3 and sounds awesome. I totally agree. For those who don't know what this game is the console version of EVE Online. EVE Online is this MMO spaceship game that has this totally crazy barrier of entry that like nobody plays, but the people who play it are really into it. Actually, it's got a really crazy fan base. I shouldn't be dissing it like that. But that type of game is not going to work on a console. So what they did was something really smart. They took that universe and pushed it into the console world. So if you're playing on the PC, you can play, you know, EVE Online, you're in your spaceship, all that stuff. But if you play Dust 514 on your PS3, you're playing as a ground assault unit, first-person shooter, but it's affecting the MMO world of EVE Online. I think it's genius, and I think that's a really cool idea, and I'm really glad they announced that, and it's got me really excited. So you're totally right. It was totally overlooked, and it needs to get more press, because that thing sounded awesome. BMitran825, what do you like most about your job, and how do you feel about EA taking weapons out of BF3 to give away as pre-order bonuses? I feel like I've talked about my job too much. I knew this would come up, the Battlefield 3 pre-order thing. Well, interesting news today. You know, they backed down from that. They're not doing that sort of stuff. But there's a lot of sides to this whole pre-order thing. I didn't want to talk about it too much on my show because there's just so much going on. with it that I didn't want to throw out personal opinions on there, and I'm kind of waiting for the dust to settle. Total Biscuit actually has a lot of good thoughts on this. I totally recommend watching his last 2 episodes of his Q&A. He kind of sums it up very nicely. But from my position, where I'm standing, where I kind of have a bit more of an understanding of where EA is coming from with this. So I'll explain this quickly without getting into it in too much detail. But now imagine for a minute, you're working in a marketing department for EA, and you have to come up with a way to increase your budget. You need more money to market this game. That's your job. You are trying to keep your job to make money, and your job is to sell as many copies as Battlefield 3 as possible. Now, one of the ways to get more money for your budget is to get pre-orders. To get pre-orders, you got to have some kind of incentive. Now, as a marketing person, you are not making the game. DICE is making the game. So you could go to DICE and say, hey, can you make some extra content for us? They're going to say, no, we're really busy. We're making our game. Leave us alone. They're in Sweden. You know, marketing's in LA or something like that. So right now, this marketing guy's racking his brain going, how the hell can we get more pre-orders so we can put more of a marketing budget in this game? So they go, okay, we'll just take what's already in the game, cut it out, and the hardcore, devoted fans will pre-order this game, and we'll be able to increase our marketing budget, and we can sell more copies. Now, to them, they're like, okay, that's a quick, easy solution. To the gamers, they're like, that's, how fucking dare you? How dare you take anything out of my game? And so EA kind of looks like the bad guy in the situation. Now, was this the smartest thing to do? Probably not. Pre-order incentives typically are more enjoyable if it's something like a actual physical, tangible item, a poster, you know, a miniature tank, a real-life gun, I don't know, something. But, you know, it's easier for them, and it costs nothing for them to cut something out of the game and try to incentivize some kind of pre-orders. So I can see where these guys are coming from, and it's not EA just trying to be evil. It's just their marketing department probably not doing a very good job. So I'm just going to kind of wait for the dust to settle on all this. It's very interesting, and it's been, you know, it's been very political, and it's just something that I don't personally want to get into. But that's really my only thought, is I'm kind of just keeping an open mind on this whole thing. But hey, the internet hate machine got EA to cave, so victory, I guess. Riots going on in Canada, but we got our guns, our digital guns. W3C Films, is it just me, or is Valve afraid of the number 3? That's kind of a joke. Yeah, Valve just can't make it to number 3. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad luck. They've done well so far. The Mayan Rebel, hypothetical situation. Gorilla versus lion, who would win? Depends. Which one of them has the gun? Okay, this guy's just spamming me with questions. That's fine. Mayan Rebel, what is the best video game series in your opinion? Jesus, that's a tough one. Thus far, I would probably say, as far as like perfect shining examples, it feels like I want to say either like Uncharted or, God, should I say Saints Row. I feel like that's just such a fun series, and they haven't really done me wrong yet, so it's fun. Jared Klelbor, what was it like working at G4? It wasn't really my cup of tea. I was not working in the correct division. You know, I wanted to be working like at X-Play, and I was on Attack of the Show, and I was booking, you know, Bigfoot Hunter. I think I booked him twice. God damn, you know, booking people's travel and stuff like that. It just wasn't very fun. Any chance I got, I would work on a video game project, or like if someone needed help doing game capture, I'd do that anytime I could. I was, you know, it was sad because I kind of growing up as a younger guy, I really enjoyed what G4 was doing, and it was kind of sad to work there and be like, oh, it's not really as magical as you thought. But you know what? I met a lot of cool people there, and a lot of those guys actually work at Machinima today, so I'm really grateful that I did get the job there, because that was my stepping stone to at least getting to Machinima right now, and I'm really happy right now. So, you know, I can't say too many bad things about G4. I was happy I was there at their old original building before they moved into the E building. It was kind of a magical place, and it was really cool, and I feel like that's kind of like what Machinima is now. But now I'm kind of in the cooler position, and I get to have a lot more fun and get to be creative, and we can almost kind of just do whatever we want, and I really love it. So, you know, G4, fun times. It's actually funny, my neighbor works for G4, and just kind of strange. Billy Bob JJ32, what is your favorite kind of sandwich? Mine is the muffalata. I like anything with pesto on it, typically, and bread that's not too hard. Nuclear Plastic, will there ever be a Machinima Scary game live stream? That's a really good question, actually. We talked about doing this for Dead Space, or CNanners wanted to do something with Dead Space where he, like, tied a camera to his face or something like that. Yeah, we should totally do, like, Amnesia or just something creepy, and, like, do it in the dark and just creep everyone out. Would be great. And Riker the Third, how many people from the Machinima office are you inviting to your wedding? That was kind of a joke. We can't invite that many people, sadly. It's a small place, and it's going to just have to be like really close friends and family. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to get your hopes up. I was just kind of joking with my fiance. She didn't find it very funny. And I think the last question of the evening, Bane Throw 23. Is Machinima going to be at this year's Gamescom in Germany? You know, I'm not positive, but early word on the street, I believe, is we are going, and we're going to have a bigger presence than last year. I can't make any promises right now. I don't know if that's true. But, yeah, we should be back. And I had a lot of fun there last year, so I really hope we get to go. Really? That's what you guys are going to leave me with? That last question? Are we going to a gaming event? I love you all to death, but come on. Alright. That's it for questions. You guys are funny. Alright. Hey, that's it. That's all the questions I can take for tonight. Thanks for leaving questions. I really appreciate when you guys, you know, are talking to me one-on-one. This is kind of a cool thing. So that's 3 successful weeks in a row that we've talked about video games and stuff. We're going to do it again next week, anytime I can. I love you all very much. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.